Okay, so we're back with another gold trade here. Trying to get a good buy-in on this gold, putting in very small trades because we're trading against the trend. We actually counter-trend trading. Also, we're contrary trading because that means we're going against the grain. Even the news that came out today, another red flag news report, the core PCE price index came out strong, again hot for the US economy, which is strong for the dollar, which pumped the gold down. But this gold's got to retrace. So what we did here is we put in a buy, because we're trading against the grain. It's a contrarian trading, counter trend trading, everything going against what the fundamentals are even saying. We had the 1 minute chart, so we just didn't get picked up here on this reversal here. We had an order in, missed it by 1 pip. The spread just didn't let us get it in. Came past, but 1 pip literally didn't pick it up. Anyway, it goes up, comes back into this zone here that's been marked off. Picked up this trade, brought it to break even straight away because we got to keep it low risk because we are going against the grain here. We're going against everything, against the fundamentals, against the strength of the dollar, which is pushing gold down. So when you trade like that and you're going against the trend, you've got to keep it tight. You've got to keep the risk small, otherwise you can get really blown up. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We've got let's go to the 1 hour here. We're in down here. So we have see that dotted line there? We have it picked out. It's that top one. We've got a little bit of structure here. It's that line there. And that order block there. So we've got an area where we could get a good pullback off of this downtrend that's been straight downhill all the way to here. We haven't had a decent pullback yet. So let's see how this all plays out. I don't know, we've been trying to catch these, but we've been taken out at break even a couple of times already. Might even do it again. See what I mean? Come here and snip out this trade at break even. And we'll just keep jumping in, keeping it small and tight to try and catch the bottom. We're trying to catch the falling knife here. That's what we're doing here. Call it tip hunting. Trying to catch the bottom. It's not ideal, but if you keep it tight, keep it small, and you've got zones that are marked out, you can catch it. But keep your risk very low. Okay. So now, just come back about 20 minutes later, keeping an eye on this trade. Now this is just a way I trade. I don't follow anybody's rules. I don't listen to anyone's rules. This is the thing about trading. You make your own rules. And there's a technique I do here. It's called bottom fishing. It's like, as I said earlier, catching the falling knife, tip hunting, right? It's just got to be done a certain way. One of these lows, let's just get these. I've just marked out. I trade naked charts. I don't put any indicators, any moving averages, any RCIs. I don't deal with that. Horizontal support and resistance areas they work. I mean, I don't care what anyone says, they work. See there? We're still trying to get up and through this. That for now 1.5 weeks, this resistance structure that's sitting on the gold. Let's take out these. They're not relevant at the moment, just so we can see. Once you start moving all your lines and your indicators off the chart, your eyes open up and you can actually see what is going on. When you got your chart covered up like a Christmas tree with all sorts of crap on it, you actually cannot see what's going on because every indicator is lagging. There's not an indicator that's current. The only thing that you have that's telling you what's going on is the price action. That's all you have. So you may as well work with that. So now we can see it clearly. Even this zone, that's the zone I'm keeping my eye on, but I'm going to take it off. So we can see we've had a very strong downtrend down here. We've come into this area that I'm into. This for me is a point of interest. I'm going to go to the daily. We're going to have a look. I'll just mark that out with the blue just to highlight it. We've got a pin through there, but we can even continue that blue section to there just to show you. There is a support. There it broke through and then it came back. There's a resistance. Now I'm going to zoom in here and you can see there's a pin bar in there. So we're actually at the top of the zone and the bottom of the zone. That's the area. We come in here and it's showing reaction at this price. But I'm already starting to load up here. Well, not load up, but put a couple of scouts. You know, that's if your trades are like little soldiers, you put a few scouts in there just to get them in, just to feel the waters, just to see what might happen in case it takes off. We've got a couple of trades in right at the beginning of the move. And that's the thing. You got people waiting for all these confirmations that the move is happening. Meantime, half the move is finished. And then they start looking at getting in, but half the move is done. I'm trying to get in at the best price at the bottom of this move. This is a particular strategy that I use. It's my rules. It's my method. And it's called catching the falling knife. In this case, it's bottom fishing for the tip at the bottom. So, but in doing that, you've got to really work tight. You've got to work with very small trades, so your risk is low. You're going to always get it bounced up. If you hold a little drawdown for a bit, you're going to come back to your trade. You take it out then at break even or a little bit of profit because it's still got momentum down. You can feel it. You can see that's the case, like all these red candles. We put about 10, 15 of these trades down in here. In total, a couple of losses, but generally speaking, about $200 up in total with all just little break evens. And, you know, $20, $30 profit with these, trying to catch these bottoms. Because at the end of the day, here, let's just draw this. These bottoms here, and this one now we're working with at the moment. These bottoms, one of them is going to be the last one. And then they're going to go. It's going to go from there. You can go inside. You can go really inside to the 5 minute. We're even dealing with all these little bottoms. You can really take it inside to the 1 minute. And yeah, you're dealing with them now on the small fractals. This is just market open. Actually, there was news. And then an hour before the US New York opened. And this is all generally at the New York Open and the news announcement, the core PCE, which was in favor of the dollar, which is not in favor of gold. So like I said, we're contrary trading. We're going against the grain. But with this technique, you got to be watching the charts. You got to keep your eye on it. There's no, you bring your stop in like this case as soon as you can. As soon as you're up into profit, look at that. I almost got stopped out. Keeping the stop tight. Look there. It came there a pip or two before the stop and it turned again. It might even still come down and take this trade out. Might even. Chances are it most probably will. But that doesn't matter. It's a low risk trade. There's no risk on this particular trade. So this is what I've been doing most of this afternoon, this day. We've been catching a couple of little profits, a couple of break evens, which have put us in about $200 profit. We're trying to find these bottoms. No losses. Well, a few losses after you've added the P&Ls, we're still in profit. So look here what we've got developing here. This chaos going on here. People say this is noise because it's a 1 minute chart. But even if you don't like the 1 minute chart, here's a head and shoulder. There's your shoulder. There's your head. There's your shoulder again. But hasn't broken out. Hasn't changed the trend. It's still going down. Look, these candles are pumping. You might even witness this thing take it out. I have a trade sitting there that almost got picked up. It's still in order. Very small trades. These are just single mini lots on gold because of the technique, catching the falling knife, tip hunting, bottom fishing. You can't go big because you could get smashed. We're trying to catch the beginning of a move. And then when we know what the move is and the move is underway, then we can add in up the trend, we can add in bigger positions. But this is just a particular style of trading that I do. It's scalping basically. Until one of them runs, we keep one in and we let it go. So we might watch this trade get taken out. If she breaks through, reaches that price point again, we have a trade waiting to be picked up. And if it breaks below it, it doesn't matter. It'll just form another bottom. Let's pull this up like this. I have this. This is my zone marked out here. Now we're looking at it in the 5 minutes. We saw it in the daily earlier. Now it's all zoomed in. So let it come in here. I'll hold that. Let's say we pick that up. And then this goes into drawdown, this trade. It doesn't matter. This zone here is a real point of interest. I'll add positions on the downhill. I'll be buying while it's going down. That's the way I'm trading. That's the way I trade. I don't like to buy on the way up. I'll buy when it's down. I want to buy low. When it's time to sell, the price must be high. So let's see what she does. See, we've got this head and shoulders pattern. We're now in the 5 minutes, meaning that could be the bottom. But more than likely, maybe most people won't be. As she comes through, picks that trade up, takes that one out at break even, just a little bit of a couple of dollars profit, but that's not the point. Picks that one up, bounces off this price again, quickly bring it into break even, hold it, see what happens. If it goes into drawdown, it's not going to fall through the toilet because it's already moved so much down. Okay, now if the news was really going to push this price down, because the news was positive for the dollar, which is not so good for the gold, it would have gone already. It's been a few hours. This thing would have already gone. The New York Open couldn't push it down. As a matter of fact, those candles up there, up to there, that was the New York Open. So if anything, there was buyers at the open. But they're pushing against the trend. Going upstream, in other words. So now we've got a big cluster of a push and pull going on here. Bulls and bears, push and pull going on. One of them is going to break out. But if it goes lower, it's going to go into the zone. I'll put a few more positions. And it will turn. And then I'll catch that one out at break even or a little bit of positive. And then those ones I'll hold if they're down lower. Bring the stops to break even. But, it's all about risks. So my risk factor here is this thing isn't going to drop much more before a decent pullback, retracement that's on the cards. It's got to come. So we're going now out into the 4 hour. You see, there's the blue zone now. I'm prepared to hold a drawdown into that area. I'll load up again. Now, if we get a retarded red candle going through here, then I'll relook at it. Maybe take a loss then on this, but knowing me, I'll more than likely add more in. You get these guys say, don't add to losing trades. Well, that's their rules. I've got my own. Anyway, that's the thing about this business. It's an individual business. You got to know your style, the way you want to trade. This is aggressive trading, but it's keeping the risk very tight. So there's no way you can blow up with these tiny little trades. So we're still in the game. Let's go back to 5 minutes. Might come and take it out and pick this one up and drop a little bit lower and then come up again like these little waves. Then we'll jump in at break even again, and then one of them is going to be the last low. One of them. So we're trying to find that one. But in this particular case, with this technique, it's not about waiting for it to go, looking for confirmation of moving average crossovers and breaking the previous trend. And meantime, half the move is done already then. by then. Catch it at the bottom.